Did you know the idea for Breaking Bad was sparked by a joke? Before the show, Vince Gilligan and friend Tom Schnauz were struggling to find jobs. One night when they were talking, Tom made a joke based on an article he had recently read.
What about if we just buy an RV, pool our resources, buy an RV and put a meth lab in the back?
The idea immediately stuck to Vince, who stated it was a rare eureka moment for him, as his passion for the idea was intense and immediate.
By the time the phone call was over, that moment of inspiration had led to that character who would eventually be known as Walter White.
How'd you film a child drowning? Carefully. Only if it's for a TV show like Breaking Bad and the child is in no actual danger. For the scene when Hector holds his nephew's head underwater, the crew had to be very careful not to make the experience scary for the young actor. His head was held underwater for only 4 seconds, and they only filmed his head going in and out of the bucket. Everything else was achieved with camera tricks.
Several of the shots, there's water in the bottom of the bucket, but the kid's head is over it, and it's actually never in the water.
Oh, cool.
Walter White's ego is so big that he had to direct a few episodes of Breaking Bad himself.
What do I want? Who's in my way? How do I get what I want? It's all very self-centered.
And working with Walter White is no easy task.
It's a very comfortable environment.
It's nice to kind of get a little peek behind the mask.
All jokes aside, everyone loved Bryan Cranston directing. Notable episodes he directed include Blood Money and No Mas.
Very nice.
Megamind Walter White, an El Camino exclusive. We all know at this point that Cranston's head looked a little different than we were used to. Cranston was in the middle of doing a Broadway show, so he didn't shave his head for his return as Walter White. The makeup team did a great job of covering up his hair with a bald cap and makeup. What may surprise you is that they actually digitally shrunk his head to get it closer to the right size. I say they shouldn't have shrunk it at all and let him go full Jimmy Neutron.
So he looked a little bit like one of those super geniuses from an old 50s sci-fi movie. Like his brain is about to burst out of his skull.
If you like Mike Ehrmantraut, you can thank How I Met Your Mother. The first episode we meet his character is when he goes to clean up Jane's body after her passing. But it was originally going to be Saul himself who went. However, Bob Odenkirk couldn't film the episode because he had a prior commitment to film for How I Met Your Mother. All we can say is thank God he was busy being Artillery Arthur.
If you like Mike, thank How I Met Your Mother.
Walter White isn't the only character Bryan Cranston portrayed in Breaking Bad. According to the Breaking Bad Insider podcast, he had a quick cameo as a partygoer in the Season 4 episode 38 Snub. When Jesse yells, "Wake up and party," the person that pops in the frame is Cranston in makeup, with a wig and different glasses. And that's the exact moment unnamed party guest number 8 became Heisenberg. Did you know there's a Breaking Bad spinoff that shows the day-to-day life inside Walt Jr.'s school? It's called Hannah Montana, and you could spot RJ Mitte lurking in the background of several scenes of the episode Schooly Bully. Who knew Walt Jr. being a bystander to team bullying was the setup for him being a bystander to his dad building a meth empire? Did you know Bryan Cranston's wife and daughter appeared in an episode of Breaking Bad? The Season 3 opener No Mas was directed by Cranston himself. You first see his wife Robin playing a citizen being interviewed by the news. His daughter then shows up later as one of the students that speaks about the plane disaster. What a fun family activity. No wonder why Hector was so good at being a cartel boss in Breaking Bad. He had plenty of experience from his time as Alberto the Shadow in Scarface. This was actually Margolis' first big break, as he had a slew of small roles beforehand, often uncredited. But by far, my favorite role of his is when he channeled his inner Mr. Dickovich for his role in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
You owe me rent.
This is every Breaking Bad actor that's been in Community. First up is Matt Jones, who appeared in episode 3 as the coffee delivery guy, but who was credited in the show as Stoner Friend. Next is Mel Rodriguez as Sergeant Nunez, who was introduced in the first episode of season 3, and who plays Jimmy's old friend Marco in Better Call Saul. Giancarlo Esposito appeared as Pierce's half-brother Gilbert in the season 3 episode Digital Estate Planning. Jonathan Banks joined the season 5 cast as Professor Hickey, and last but not least, Vince Gilligan himself appeared in season 5 as Devin, the host of the VCR game Pile of Bullets.
Howdy! You look like a real group of gunslingers.